Welcome to the Q Factor. I'm your host, Shavon. We are here. We're on chapter 17. Oh, yeah. We're on chapter 17. We are exploring the book here, My Testimony. Our author is Miss Akuya Todd. And as I always inform you, ladies, you need to get the workbook. It's a very, very um, has great value and it will help you so much. And we'd like for you to continue on to listen to us, although we're almost done, but not quite, um, as we go through my testimony. So today we're on chapter 17. The title of chapter 17 is Solitude. And so, how are you, Miss Todd?
I am well, Miss Shavon. How are you?
Good. So we're going to see what you're going to teach us today about solitude.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to read just a couple of lines here. Jesus called us from solitude, from loneliness to solitude. The fear of being left alone petrifies people. It drives us to noise and crowds. So, I guess, tell us the difference between, well, no, let's tell us about loneliness.
Okay, so loneliness versus solitude.
Okay.
Solitude is, though, isolation. It is separateness, privacy, seclusion.
Mm-hmm.
And loneliness, though, is an inner emptiness. Your inner emptiness. Well, solitude is inner fulfillment. You can still be by yourself,
Okay.
but not alone. Because solitude, which the chapter is called solitude,
Mm-hmm.
so often loneliness
Mm-hmm.
will cause us to be around people, to look at the phone all day long,
Okay.
and Facebook, and it will cause us to watch TV all day.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be engaged. When the purpose and the benefit of solitude is you can be by yourself
Okay.
and be okay,
Amen.
so that you don't put yourself in bad places and hurtful relationships when you shouldn't.
Okay. Okay. You share with us here in your book a story, about an experience you had with, I guess it was loneliness, after you had some surgery, and the doctor instructed you to stay at home.
Yes, he did.
And so you chose not to stay at home. You say after a few days you were like, oh, I need to get out of here.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. So you want to tell us a little bit about your experience?
Well, my experience was, yes, just at surgery. Couldn't be at home by myself because I wasn't going to work, wasn't engaging anyone.
Mhm.
TV got old after 3 days.
Wow.
After having a serious surgery that I was supposed to rest for 2 weeks, I got in my car, drove to Atlanta, had a stayover in Memphis for the weekend
Mm-hmm.
before making that 12-hour trip to Atlanta. And I got back a couple of days before going to work, and I had to ask myself, why could I not be at home by myself?
Wow.
So solitude allows you to
Mhm.
tap into yourself, and to makes you aware of yourself, a heightened consciousness of, it answers the question why. So
Mhm.
during that time I had to ask myself why.
Mhm.
Why can I be by myself?
Wow.
And I think we all should ask ourselves,
Yeah.
what is it that we fear? And in that asking myself, what is it that I fear, and why would I be in a relationship where someone disrespected me?
Okay.
I didn't know if you were going to touch on that.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Okay.
was next. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, just that after I asked myself, why was I in a relationship with someone who disrespected me,
Mhm.
I was afraid to be alone.
I don't think it's maybe you're afraid to be alone. I think it's, what, for me, I can only speak for me. You're just used to having that person with you. In my experience, when you're with someone and that person is kind of with you all the time, and then they're no longer there, I think you just miss that presence. And I think for me, I had to kind of reshift and readjust, and and kind of get back to me.
Yes, that is so true, because it wasn't just being afraid to be alone, because I really didn't want to be by myself.
Right.
I said to my girlfriends, I don't know how y'all do it, because after coming from a 10-year marriage,
Right.
I really didn't want to be by myself.
Mhm.
But in that, it just showed me that, you know, I accepted disrespect.
Mhm.
And I'm not the only one. I know there are people who accept being talked to badly,
Right.
verbal abuse,
Mhm.
physical abuse,
Mhm.
and not all of it was being afraid to be alone. Some of it was low self-esteem as well,
Okay.
and not knowing how to deal with it. But at this time, you know, I was learning to connect with God in a new kind of way, with stillness
Mm.
and quietness,
Mhm.
and not being engaged with anyone or anything but Him.
Mhm.
And so, you know, it helps us to do that from time to time, a little solitude, so that when someone doesn't engage you at work, they don't talk to you at work, exclusion doesn't bother you, because you intentionally spent time by yourself,
Mhm.
so that you don't fear being by yourself.
Yeah, I think my saying is there's no one else I would rather be with than me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem being with me.
Well, that's good. That's good. But if you're by yourself, and say for instance at work or even in a crowd or at church,
Mhm.
people can intentionally exclude you.
Right.
You know.
Mhm.
So in this solitude, solitude says, I am going to quiet myself. I'm going to quiet and be still, and let my spirit connect with God's spirit.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I realize I'm never alone.
Yeah.
So if people are excluding me, people don't want to speak to you today, they ain't got nothing for you, you don't get a call from your man, your boo, you don't get a text from him,
Mhm.
you are still okay, but you have it's an inner peace.
Right. Right. Amen for that. Yeah, you share with us here that there is a freedom to be alone in order to hear the divine whisper better. And I think that is so true, because even when I'm at home, I like silence. It's just something about it. I mean, sometimes I turn on the TV, and then there are other times I just don't want to hear nothing. I just want silence. You know,
Yes.
silence is golden, as they say.
Yes.
Okay. You spoke with us about being surrounded by many people, but you know there are some people, as you said, that even though, or there are some times, even though you're around a crowd of people, you still feel alone.
Yes.
You know, like you said, not engaging with anyone, and I guess my question would be, why would you, be around a lot of people if you're gonna still feel alone? Just be alone.
Well, I think that it's not intentional, and the thing about solitude and exclusion is you would rather be engaged to someone.
Mhm.
You may go to like a singles event,
Okay.
and you want to talk to this person and that person, but they're talking to other people, and you're kind of left by yourself. Nobody's really engaging you.
Okay.
So it's not, you want to be engaged.
Okay.
It's not like you don't want to. Or at work, you know, you're in the office and people are in having a meeting, and
Mhm.
they're not engaging. You want to be included. But this is when you are not, you're still okay. If you go to a birthday party or a wedding,
Mhm. Mhm.
and everybody at the table knows everybody, and they're coupled up or friend up, and you are just excluded.
Okay.
And they, you know, nobody, hey, they say hi, and that's it. Well,
Mhm.
you're still okay. It's like a state of peace.
Yeah.
So you want to, but if you're not, you're still okay.
Yeah. Okay. You also shared with us, as you said before, to seek solitude and see that it is okay to be by yourself. Frees you from being the fear of being alone. It allows you to welcome and celebrate your aloneness. And then here at the end it says, I realized it was because I was afraid to be by myself that I kept going back to Charles. Being able to be without a man and being comfortable by myself was truly liberating.
It was.
Amen for that.
It was, because I know there are people out, if you look at it and you say, good Lord, it's got to be something better than this experience I'm experiencing. My relationships are just doom and gloom and chaotic.
Right.
You say, Lord, I know you put me on this earth for something better than what I'm experiencing.
Right.
And so there is, when we quieten ourselves, we get still before God so we can hear him speak to us, and that the whys are really answered. Why did that happen to me? Why did my mom do that, and my dad abandon me, and my uncle treat me that way, and co-workers did this, and I'm not married. In that quiet stillness to hear God's divine whisper, it's a beautiful place, and it's a necessary place. It helps us have a better life in him.
Okay. Thank God for that. Okay, well, that's all I have for this chapter 17. Do you have anything else for us?
I just want to say, let God come and dwell in the cave of your heart with his presence and able to have an improved life.
Amen. Amen. So, I guess we are done with chapter 17, and we'll be back with chapter 18. It talks about peace. So, we want to let you know that we love you, and you ready?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.